So basically pointer is used to store the address of other variables, and it is also can be used to store the address of other pointers also, the arrays, the structures, okay, the strings. So like I'm just giving us a kind of review which you people have studied in the first year also. Like we are having this particular variable and I want to use, so whenever this kind of variable is declared like int quantity 50, so in that case in the memory there is a memory block. Let's suppose it is the memory representation. In this particular block whose address is 5000 is allocated to this particular variable. Now I can use simply by the name of this variable and access this value. Okay, so compiler will allocate a memory location for quantity and places the value in that location. Okay, and like the suppose the address of this location is 5000. It is like this. So we can access this. If we want to access this particular variable's value or the value at that particular location by using the address, then we can simply use the pointer. So during the execution of the program, the system always associate the name. This name will be associated with the this address 5000. Okay, so we may have access to the value 50 by using either the name of the variable quantity or the address of that particular location. Okay, so since the memory addresses are simple numbers, they can be assigned to some variables which can be stored in memory like any other variable. So a pointer is nothing but a memory location or a variable which stores the address of another variable in the memory. Like this was the address of this. So if I'm just declaring a pointer like this star ptr, okay, and I'm just writing here. So suppose the address of this ptr is some kind of here, like suppose it is 30, but in this place I'm just assigning the address of this particular variable, then the value here will be the address of that particular variable. Okay, and now by using this pointer we can access the values at this particular location. So this is the syntax for declaring and initializing the pointer. So if we want to store the integer type of the address of an integer variable, then we can declare this pointer like this will be the data type of the pointer. It will be the pointer name, and this keyword, this symbol will be used, the asterisk symbol. So it is like this int star ptr. So this is the pointer name, this symbol, and the type of the data type of the pointer. So it will tell the compiler three things about this, about the declaration. Like the asterisk tells the variable pt underscore name is a pointer variable. It is a denoting this. It is a pointer variable rather than a simple variable. Now pt underscore name, this one needs a memory location, and pt underscore name point to a variable of the data type. It will point to a particular type of variable that is kind of the same like this. So it was a previous example. We have declared this int quantity equal 50. Now to assign the address of this particular variable, okay, to a pointer, what is the process? We can do थोड़ा और simplest way में बता देता हूँ मैं. Suppose this is the variable and यहाँ पे दोनों combine कर दिया है. Declaration plus initialization. So both the operations are there in the single step. So I can simply create a pointer like int ptr. Now for assigning the address of this variable, I will simply write in ptr equal ampersand quantity. So ampersand, it is an operator, so it will just show what it show. Like we can read it address of this quantity, and it will be assigned to this pointer. Okay, so here we are declaring a pointer int star p, and just at the same time we are assigning the address of this quantity variable to this pointer. So that step is declaration cum initialization. Okay, so like such type of variable that hold the memory addresses, these are called the pointer variable. और difference I think आप सबको पता ही है इसमें. So this one is the variable memory space for the quantity variable. Its address is 5000. We have declared another pointer variable, that is p, whose address is, suppose it can be anything, and at the address of this particular pointer variable, the address of the other variable whose address is assigned to this pointer will be stored here. So we can assign point to a variable, and we can simply assign the address of that variable to a pointer. Now, how can we simply use the address of lecture है अभी, just a second. मैं फ्री होके बात करता हूँ. So this one is the pointer, it is the address of pointer. Okay, जैसे we simply use it in the scanf function if we want to take input of a value like this. So suppose it is %n. So it simply means like address of n. So this type of value will be stored at the address of this. So it can be read like address of this variable. Okay, so it is the address of operator. So it is used to find the address of a particular variable. Now this is a very simple program here. Like if we want to print the addresses of some variables, then this is the first variable, second variable, third variable. And if we want to, I want to print the address of these, then I just need to place an ampersand sign in front of the variable name. Like I'm just, जैसे मैं अगर simple ये ले लेता हूँ, %x var1, then it will print 11. Okay, and I'm just writing here ampersand var1, then it will print the address. Okay, so we are using this %x here because these addresses will be stored in the hexadecimal form. So that's why if I'm printing the address of that particular variable, then we can use this type of type specifier. Now declaring and initializing. So ये हमने example में देख लिया, ये तो हम declare कर सकते हैं. So it declare a variable p as a pointer variable that point to an integer type, and by this declare x as a pointer to a floating point variable. Okay, and once a pointer variable has been declared, it can be made to point to any variable using an assignment statement like this: p equal ampersand quantity. Okay, so this is the pointer initialization. It is the pointer declaration, it is the pointer initialization. So we can define a variable like this, we can define a pointer like this, we can assign the address. Now we can use the value on that particular variable like this, assign, like we want to assign this variable v on a value 3. And what if I don't want to use this name v, then we can use this pointer name for accessing the value at that location. Okay, so before these are some of the important points that should be taken care of. Like before a pointer is initialized, it should not be used, and we must ensure that the pointer variables always point to the corresponding type of data. Okay, and assigning an absolute address to a pointer variable is prohibited. Like we cannot assign like this. We are able to assign by the ampersand operator, and we can assign directly the address of a particular variable. So a pointer variable can be initialized in its declaration itself. So we can initialize a pointer as well, sorry, declare a pointer as well as initialize the pointer at the time of declaration. So int star p equal ampersand x, and we are writing this, but it is not possible because there is no variable of such type x here. So we are just declaring it after we are assigning the address of this to this pointer. So it is not valid. So that thing, like we must ensure that the pointer variable always the before a pointer is initialized, it should not be used, and before assigning the address of a particular variable to that pointer, the variable must also be declared. So the target variable x must be declared first. Now accessing the variable through a pointer. So a variable, we can suppose I am having this int x equal 5. So I can use this x for accessing this value. But what if I want to, I don't want to use this x. In that case, we can use a pointer variable. We can assign the address of this x to that pointer variable, and we can use the name of the pointer variable by some following some rules. So a variable's value can be accessed by its pointer using unary operator, that is asterisk and this star, and it is also known as the indirection operator. Okay, so we can understand it by this int quantity star p and n. It is a variable, and it is the pointer. Here I'm simply doing quantity equal 50. I'm assigning the value to this quantity variable 50. Now I am simply initializing the address or assigning the address of quantity to this p. So how can I use the value of this particular variable? So I can use this asterisk sign. Okay, so I can use simply want to use that particular value, then I can use this quantity variable, or I can use like this star p. So जो भी variable pointer इस variable को point करेगा, we can write the pointer name and asterisk sign in front of that. Okay, so इसको read कैसे करेंगे? We will read it like value at, जैसे हमने यहाँ लिखा था, suppose it is ampersand x, और मैं लिख रहा हूँ यहाँ पे like this. So we will read it address of x, and we will read it value at x, means value at the address of this, if it is a pointer. Okay, so we can use access the value of a variable through a pointer by simply using the indirection operator, that is the asterisk symbol. Now it is a simple program. So here we are assigning the address of a particular variable to a pointer, and we are using that pointer to accessing or printing the values of the variable. So just look at here, we are declaring a variable here, declare com initialization var1 to 11, var2 to 22, and we are declaring a pointer here. So यहाँ पे हम क्या कर रहे हैं? We are assigning the address of this variable 1 to ptr. Now I can access that value by using this ptr. Okay, so ये हमने यहाँ पे इसको use किया. So it will simply print the value of this var1 star ptr. बाकी कोई change नहीं है, ठीक है? Now I'm assigning the address of variable 2 to this ptr. I can use this star ptr as same like the before. Okay, so here it will print, in this case will print 11, in this case it will print 12 like this. So हम क्या कर सकते हैं? By using the indirection operator star, we can simply access the value at that particular location, value at this address like this. Output will be 11 and 22. Okay, it is another variable example. We are having two variables var1 var2. We are having a pointer. यहाँ पे हम क्या कर रहे हैं? We are assigning the address of this variable to this pointer. तो अभी हमने क्या किया? इस variable में कोई value put नहीं की थी. Let's suppose this is the memory location, and here suppose ये तो है var1 का location या memory block, और ये है ptr का, ठीक है? Suppose ये है 20 और ये कुछ भी है यहाँ पे, suppose it is 1000 या 100. Okay, so I'm just doing this ptr equal ampersand var1. तो इससे क्या होगा? var1 का जो एड्रेस है वो ptr में आ जाएगा, इसका एड्रेस 20 है, so it will come here. Now what I am doing, I'm just simply doing var2 equal star ptr. अब ये star ptr क्या है? value at this address. हमने यहाँ पे क्या किया था? हमने वेरिएबल नेम को यूज नहीं करके डायरेक्टली स्टार ptr, तो वैल्यू एट ptr इक्वल 37, ये हमने यहाँ पे असाइन किया था. नाउ इफ आई कैन यूज इट लाइक दिस, var2 इक्वल स्टार ptr, तो यहाँ पे क्या असाइन हो जाएगा इसके अंदर? इट विल द वैल्यू ऑफ दिस विल बी 37. तो ये वैन का यूज है पॉइंटर्स का, मीन्स हाउ कैन वी सिंपली यूज द पॉइंटर. So I'm just revising the some of the previous concept which you people have studied in the first year. So these concepts will be used when we simply use the pointers with the arrays, pointers with the structures, and jagged arrays, and in the case of dynamic memory allocation. So we are having reference and dereference operator. This ampersand is the reference operator. This star is the dereference operator. So it can be used or read it like ampersand address of. जब भी इसको रीड करना है address of that variable, and it is a dereference operator, and it can be used like value at the address or value pointed by. Okay, like ampersand x means address of x, or star x means value at address of x. ये वैल्यू सॉरी एड्रेस ऑफ एक्स नहीं, वैल्यू एट एड्रेस एक्स, एट दिस एड्रेस, ये एड्रेस को जो डिनोट कर रहा है पॉइंटर यहाँ पे, और वैल्यू पॉइंटेड बाय दिस पर्टिकुलर पॉइंटर. तो इट इज वन अनदर एग्जांपल. सो इसका मैं आपको स्टेप बाय स्टेप पूरा प्रोसेस बताता हूँ कैसे हो रहा है इसमें. दिस इज अ वेरिएबल फर्स्ट वैल्यू, दिस इज अनदर वेरिएबल सेकंड वैल्यू. हियर वी आर असाइनिंग द वैल्यू 5 हियर, वैल्यू 15 हियर. तो int star p1 star p2 we have declared two pointer variable. तो अब मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ इसमें, आई एम जस्ट असाइनिंग द एड्रेस ऑफ फर्स्ट वैल्यू टू p1. इसको एक डायग्राम के फॉर्म में थोड़ा सा हम समझ लेते हैं क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे, तो इससे पूरा आपको ये क्लियर हो जाएगा. ठीक है. ओके, सो एक तो हो गया हमारे पास वेरिएबल फर्स्ट वैल्यू, एक हो गया सेकंड वैल्यू. ठीक है. सो सपोज दिस इज फर्स्ट वैल्यू, दिस इज फॉर सेकंड वैल्यू. मैं लिख देता हूँ यहाँ पे एफ बी, इट इज फॉर एस वी. हमने दो पॉइंटर लिए p1 एंड p2. तो सपोज दिस वन इज फॉर p1 एंड दिस वन इज फॉर p2. ठीक है. इसका कुछ भी, इसका एड्रेस है 10, इसका एड्रेस है 20, इसका सपोज एड्रेस है 2, इसका एड्रेस है नहीं 200 ले लेते हैं 200, इसका एड्रेस है 40. ठीक है. तो अब हम क्या कर रहे हैं इसमें, यहाँ पे हमने वैल्यू साइन की 5 और 15. तो आई एम जस्ट राइटिंग हियर 5 हियर 15. नाउ p1 इक्वल एम्परसेंड फर्स्ट वैल्यू, p2 इक्वल एम्परसेंड सेकंड वैल्यू. सो p1, अब इसमें क्या होगा, जैसे मैंने ये लाइन एग्जीक्यूट होती है तो p1 में किसका एड्रेस आ जाएगा, फर्स्ट वैल्यू का. सो यहाँ पे आ जाएगा 5. नाउ p2 इक्वल एम्परसेंड सेकंड वैल्यू, एज दिस लाइन विल बी एग्जीक्यूटेड, सो p2 में क्या आ जाएगा, एड्रेस ऑफ दिस. ओके. नाउ व्हाट आई एम डूइंग, स्टार p1 इक्वल 10. तो स्टार p1 क्या हुआ, वैल्यू एट p1. यस,
p1 will contain 10, right?
ओके सॉरी मैंने 5 कर दिया. इट विल कंटेन दैट, सब कुछ ही रेज हो गया. यस, इट विल कंटेन 10. ओके. तो अब हम क्या कर रहे हैं, वी आर जस्ट डूइंग स्टार p1. स्टार p1 मीन्स वैल्यू एट p1, मीन्स वैल्यू एट दिस टाइम, व्हाट इज हियर 5. तो ये हमने क्या किया, चेंज कर रहे हैं. तो वैल्यू एट p1 विल बी, नाउ इट विल बी 10, like this. Okay, now star p2 equal star p1 means value at p2 equal value at p1. तो p2 किसको पॉइंट कर रहा है, इसको कर रहा है. यहाँ पे पहले 15 था, अब हम क्या कर रहे हैं, हम वो असाइन कर रहे हैं जो वैल्यू एट p1 है, मीन्स यहाँ पर है. तो यहाँ पर भी क्या आ जाएगा, यहाँ पर भी आ जाएगा 10. इट विल बी 10. ओके. नाउ p1 equal p2. So p1 equal p2 means value of the pointer is simply copied. तो p1 में क्या आ गया, यहाँ पे जो भी एड्रेस था p2 का, वो एड्रेस आ गया इसमें p2 का. Now if I am just doing like this, star p1 equal 20, then इसमें क्या होगा, वैल्यू pointed by p1 will become 20. तो यहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगा, ये वाली जो वैल्यू है ये क्या हो जाएगी, इट विल बी 20. ओके. सो नाउ सिंपली इफ वी अब इसमें लास्ट में क्या कर रहे हैं, दीज आर प्रिंटिंग द वैल्यूज ऑफ फर्स्ट वैल्यू एंड सेकंड वैल्यू बाय द वेरिएबल नेम. सो इट विल बिकम 10 एंड 20. तो ये बेसिकली यूज था कि हम इनको यूज कैसे कर रहे हैं. ठीक है ना. हियर वी आर असाइनिंग द एड्रेस इन दीज टू स्टेटमेंट. हियर वी आर जस्ट यूजिंग द पॉइंटर टू एक्सेस दैट वैल्यू एट द पर्टिकुलर लोकेशन. उनको चेंज कर रहे हैं विदाउट यूजिंग द वेरिएबल नेम. सेम इज हियर. यहाँ पे हमने क्या किया है, वी हैव कॉपीड द एड्रेस ऑफ वन पॉइंटर टू अनदर पॉइंटर. तो नाउ इस, अच्छा मैंने यहाँ मेंशन नहीं किया इसको, जैसे हमने किया p1 इक्वल p2, तो क्या होगा, P1 के अंदर कौन सा एड्रेस आ जाएगा? It will contain the like 20, and I'm just doing this star P1 equal 20 means value at P1 or value at 20 this it will be 20. ये हमने change कर दिया. So hope it's you people have understood this. What is the whole operation?